have some commit the code of front and back to GitHub. Following, I will explain the simple code. The simple code. Okay. Simple.
Okay.
And I have finished the edit and delete one record of employee. The function I have finished, and today to batch delete many record when we choose the record, and you can delete all employee. We know if you make your database more better, we have the relationship of employee with record and punishment table or attendance table or others. You see? So here we know the employee table is the master table of it. You see? And the other table is have the employee number. So the other table we call it subtable of employee. Okay. it is says the table is the employee table is father table, and attendance, reward and punishment, and overtime table is the children of the employee table. Okay. And if we delete the father table, then the children table maybe have some confused, because they have the foreign key of employee number. Okay. So here I just to show you the simple function of delete, not without the relationship about others. You can do like this. Okay. And in fact, if you want to delete the employee, you must to make sure other information is known or have finished or handled. If you can't make sure, and you can't delete the father table's information. Okay. So here I just don't talk about the relationship about tables. And first about modify employee. When you click this button, it will show a dialog. The dialog is theme designer with add employee. Okay. But here choose one record and click edit, then you must to make sure this row's data is defined to the these tables, okay? These fields. And here I will to show how you can give the data for dialog. And I will to show you here the button of edit of that edit. I add a click event. The click event I use a template and gives the current rows index and the row object. Then in the delete method event here first we make sure the dialog is show and like this my dialog of the editor is this one and this form I also use the same model value and the same with add dialog. You can see add dialog is the same, but the visible variable is not the same, okay? And the other is the same. The other one is the same. The other one is the same, and in the detail, if you want to give the data from the choice record, you should do it like this. Here I test the row, the row ID to console, and here I just to give the data one by one, set the data one by one. Okay. So here it can give the data, but in the detail we must pay attention to the detail about the select, the radio, the select and the radio. If you want to give the select and the radio, you must in the form do like this. Here about gander, I do like this. I will to show you. When I employee, we know the gander is just like this. Label is means the value of this label, and like this. But in but in edit dialog, you must to use like this. It's the details you must to change. Then it can give the data, okay? And the
老师，我们可以用那个 value
value.
in the right. We have value. We don't have value.
Yeah, value is okay. You can, but if you want give the value, you must like this. Okay.
Okay, guys.
This is the same meaning for radio. Okay, because in radio label attribute is the same meaning with the value. Okay.
Okay.
And in the education back, we can see if we just use the value like this, then we can see someone here it can give this, but someone maybe the education back is none, so no value. And here in select you can give value directly, or like the status use this one is okay. But radio, if you use value directly, it doesn't work. It doesn't work. You must to add the flag. Okay.
Okay.
It's a detail. And then the sect when you give the data and I will to change the first one, the name with happy, and this one is just like something you want. And when you click save, the save in the dialog, I do like this. I add event. Is this one update employee, and to give the form name. The form name is form add. This is my method. First, I must give the validation about the employee number and the employee name. If the validation is success, then go to the backend. I use the method of post. So here I will to save, and we can see it save the name and the job. Okay, and in the second is in the backend. I add in controller update by ID. Here we must to pay attention to the ID how to give the ID. In the table we know. We just to show the show this field without ID of the employee. Okay. And if you want to transfer the ID's value, here, when I click the dialog, I give the row ID to the form. I will in the form I add hidden input. Okay, have you learned before?
Yeah.
Hidden, and the hidden bounding form ID. Okay, so here you can update one record by its primary key. Okay. And all the field will is in the form add. So here's the post request, just to give the data the form ID, form add, the form name, then all the data can transfer to backend. In the backend, I just to define a method. The argument is employee. Okay, and this is the service. And the implement, the service implement. I update element by ID, just to use the reverse engineer have generate for us this method, update by primary key. Selective. Okay, and the XML you mustn't do anything. It's the function of modify. Then the third function is delete. Here I just to delete from the database, and in your work, if you want to delete, I think you need to, the delete means update the state to others. Okay, here in my project, the delete means to remove the information from database. Okay, and I will show you. If you click the delete, and it will dialog to confirm whether to delete. And here I will show how to design it. This is the dialog. And in the table, table. EL table, we can see the delete is the same to give the row index and the row object. And here I use confirm. This confirm gives the rows in name. So in the window we have I choose the happy. The employee name is happy. So here it's just to see this one. Okay. The confirm is come from the element UI code, you know. Message box. This one 确定消息。This one you can see the confirm is this code. I just to copy it and paste here. Change something. And if you click sure, then to call the method is I customer here. Delete case and give the rows ID. And to send the backend, give a method. The method here. Pay attention to I use delete. Okay.
It's like those functions.
Yeah. We know the request method is get, post, put, and delete. Easy? Yeah. Here I use delete. Before we have used the get. We have used the get and post. Then here I use delete. And if you want to know, delete is not delete argument isn't same with post or get. The first parameter is URL. It's the request path, and the second is something config, not data. So here, if you want to give the data to backend, I just to join the URL here. Pay attention to, okay? Understand, everyone?
Yes.
Okay, and here in my backend, the controller is the method master to keep consistency. It's delete, okay? The request method is delete, and the IDs here, because in the front page I gave the IDs, so here I use IDs as a string, and the service delete ID. This method in controller, I just to use for delete one or delete many. Okay. So here in the implement of service, just if the ID is 1, then the array I give the string array, then the array is just the length is 1. Okay. If the ID is a string of something or many, then I will to call the split with code, and then get array, string array. String array have many value of ID. Then in the mapper, I have designed a delete like this, delete for each array IDs. Okay. The mapper, I will to show you the mapper here. The IDs I gave Einstein's name IDs. Okay. It's the backend, and I will show continue. If you click cancel, nothing to change. If you click sure and delete, okay. The second function is today I require the array group to finish is batch delete many. Here if you here we must to pay attention to the table about element UI. You can check the table have something. Here I use the table of this one stripe. Just have the row line, the border line. Okay. This one is just to use stripe, and here I give the stripe, and then it's the select the checkbox begin the row. The checkbox I use this method. And here you can see if you want to use, you must to add REF and tooltip effect. Tooltip effect means when you hover one row and the style. Okay, and the event is just a selection change. So here I copy the code in my to change my table. You can see type REF bounding a data table tip effect and the selection change, and have something when the backend is lower, add loading, and the data I will to show you the data. the data you must is array, and when load the page in my method of refresh, I give the data to select all employee and the response data list to the table data. How you remember?
Yes, 老师，我们用一个create. In create also has this
Okay.
refresh.
You can, and then it's the selection change event. Set these items. If the item is customers in my myself. Sell item. Select it means select items. Select items. If you select one, then the items will push the row. Okay.
Okay.
And in my button of bunch delete is designed like this. The disabled when the cell items length is 0, it means no select any record. Okay, then it's not allowing to change. When you delete a line, then it can work. Okay, so the disable is whether can work is designed by the items you select, and if it can work, we must to make sure the table length is greater than 0, and the method is like this. Is the confirm, and here when you click sure, I design like this. Here I get the variable I have a customer in data, and here I join a string. Then I use the string. as the method I customized. So whether you delete one record or delete many, we can use this method. So the backend without not anything change. I will to show you. When I click, you can see it's 8 or 7, and sure, it is delete. Okay, I will to. You can see it's 7 and 8 have delete. Okay. Someone have any questions about the code?
No question so far from me.
Okay. For well, I will commit the code to GitHub. Okay.